start with what? Guess. Huh? Yeah, kind of brief one. So 3 questions quiz. We need paper. Just a second. Yeah. Здрасте. Okay, guys. Just send it that way. Send it this way. Okay. Send it that way. Так. Распространяйте. So guys, we have 3 questions. And again, you have to understand what we are doing here. We are looking at most frequently asked interview questions. We will do it first time today, answering those questions. And our goal is each next time you do it better and better and better. And so we will look at what you are saying and analyze and critique. Good. And you do not use any external sources of information, because the whole purpose of what we are doing is you do it yourself. I don't need your copy-pasted stuff, guys. I trust your ability to copy and paste. It's not an issue here. Okay. Three questions. Just a second. Oh, okay. Да, сейчас я подойду секунду. Okay. So guys, before we begin, one thing I want you to understand clearly. We are in a severe conflict with the neighboring buildings, and they file complaints about you, how you park your cars. Okay? So one more time. Here is El Camino. Here is our building. One more building, one more building, one more building. Each building has its own property parking, okay? We have shared parking here. That is where you park. Under no circumstances you park on any place adjacent to any building, okay, including our building. And here, specifically that building, so here's us, school. That specific building, it has some area here. You do not park here, okay? No way you park here. You park on that side, okay? Here is your parking. Anytime you park there, we are in trouble. Anytime you go beyond that building, okay? You eat there, you smoke there, you socialize there, we have a complaint. Under no circumstances you can be there. Is it clear? So they have business, they have customers, they have people complaining about not being able to park and this. And they have lots of doctors there with patients with limited, capabilities and this. No way. Okay. Same. You do not park here. No way you park here. No way you park here. So we have dedicated space. Okay, guys, plenty of space. Anybody in violation here right now? No? No bubble gum in that class. No bubble gum in that school, ever. It's not about you. Okay? Don't take it on your account. Okay? And I repeat it every day in every class, guys. No bubble gum. It's prohibited here. Okay. So we have 3 questions. We have 3 questions here for today. So question number 1 is classic stuff. So you cannot avoid that. What is what is
Quality.
test case? Quality is a kindergarten stuff now for you. Okay. Quality. What is quality? Okay. What is test case? Number 2. What is regression testing? Number 3. Oi, what? What is regression? What is regression testing? Write test cases for last name. Okay. Last name field. Whatever you guys find reasonable to do. And you have 1 page, guys. You have more than enough room. It is not supposed to be big. Just couple of words. Okay. One more thing. So, guys, since we have lots of complaints coming from neighbors about the way you park your cars, just I want you to understand where we are. And also I want you to understand if you are in violation, after I tell you that, guys, you are in much bigger trouble if you ignore the rules of the game. If you expose us to all that stuff, so guys, we are not tolerant to that. So here is how you come to the school. You never ever park on any parking space adjacent to any building, okay? Never ever. You never ever park here, here. You never park here. Is it clear? It doesn't matter if there is an empty space. Doesn't mean you can park there. Now, because anytime you do that, someone calls. Here, that building is a little bit special, I would say. So here is what happens here. They have parking here, which we never touch. They have parking here, which we also never ever touch. We bypass that and park here. Okay? We never ever go beyond the building and smoke there. Okay? Because anytime you do that, they complain. Because that smoke goes into their air conditioning system and everybody in the building can smell it. Is it clear? Good. Okay. I have no idea. Sophie will tell you. Whatever she says is true. Okay. Waiting. Oh, she's not here?
Waiting for Sophia.
Sophia.
Not yet.
Oh, окей. Так. Закрыл ли я свой офисок? Нет, не закрыл. Мой.
Привет, Мишенька.
Здоров, здоров, здоров. Так, слушай, там какой-то сумасшедший дядька приехал. Изобретатель на кухне сидит. Сумасшедший изобретатель. Требует, чтобы я выслушал его изобретение. С Украины. Так. Как будто мне делать ни хрена. Главное, что я же... Дело не в этом. Я же вообще не понимаю в этом ничего. Что я скажу? Оля, скажите мне, пожалуйста, что произошло с пиццей в субботу? Что убрала?
Пустые коробочки.
Куда?
Трэш.
Они абсолютно не годятся к нашему трэшу, первое. Пустые коробочки такого размера нельзя сувать в наш трэш. Это одна часть. Это я с утра должен был вынести в мусор. Потому что вы полностью убили коробку. Полностью грохнули этот вот трэш. Да? То есть, кроме этих коробок, они абсолютно не габаритные. Но это дело не в этом, а пол загаженный. Пол весь в говне. Все это, вот просто все ужасно. Стол никто не протер. Он весь в каком-то говне. Это что у нас там? Да насрать. А если они пришли, должно быть чисто после них. У нас в субботу никто не убирает. Это не пятница. У нас в пятницу убирают. Я в субботу пришел, я должен был взять коробки и унести их в мусор. Я должен был протереть стол. Я должен был выкинуть бутылки с какими-то дринками вонючими. Да я чего, уборщица что ли?
Вы не уборщица, я поняла.
Не, ну правда, ну что это такое? Это не уборка коробок, это уничтожение способности ящика принять больше мусора. Это же не стакан пустой, это же вот такие здоровенные коробки. Стол не вытерт, банки из-под дринков, живого места нет. И на полу что творится? Я оттирал, я не смог оттереть еще. Какие-то куски на полу. Оль, ну что это такое? Yes.
Софья,
Ушли обратно.
Я в классе. Оль, посмотри сюда, Оль. Иди сюда. Это я еще оттирал. Посмотри сюда. Вот это, посмотри сюда. Это не оттирается. Посмотри вон туда. Посмотри вон туда. Весь пол в этом дерьме. Ну, они пиццу ели, понимаешь, и оставили мусор. И я с утра 10 минут убирал за ним. Вещи, которые я не смог с пола оттереть. Пиццерия, блин. Окей. Кровь сдал, мочу сдал, тест не сдал. Окей. Okay, guys. Okay. So, what is test case? Let me show you on the school forum. I keep track of what we do in the class. Yeah? So anytime you think, okay, what was supposed to be there, you go to forums and then you see what we discussed in the class under the software QA testing questions. So we have, what is test case? Let's see. That is what we did in the class. We said test case is a set of conditions and variables under which tester will determine if requirement upon an application is satisfied. Good. And then we talk about certain details. Details is what gives you the job, not the definition itself. Because we have to beat the competition. And competition is not always miserable, okay? Competition might be quite good. Now, we are trying to grow up to the level at which you beat, stop talking when I'm talking, okay? We beat all the competition. That is where you have to be. That is the winning answer. That is what you are supposed to write here. So, let's see what we've got. Test case is a step of control objective variables under which the tester will make a determination if the software requirement is satisfied. Step of control objective. Huh? Step of control. Step.
But they meant to write set, but they made a mistake.
I don't know. And set of conditions and variables that allow the tester to check proper work of a single functionality. Not functionality. Functionality might require many, many test cases. Requirement, no, not functionality. So requirement is a keyword. Test case is a set of conditions and variables under which tester will determine if requirement upon an application is satisfied. Good. Then the small possible action, smallest, not small, smallest possible action. Smallest possible action. Not just small. Cannot be smaller than that. Smallest possible action in software testing might fail or pass in just one place. 100% derived from requirements. Okay, not the full list, but pretty good. Smallest unit that can be tested. Unit is a piece of code. It's not about unit to be tested. It is the smallest action in software testing to be executed, which fails or passes in one place, no more than one place. Set of test cases is called a test suite. Okay. Group of test case, good. Test case, set of conditions and or variables a tester uses to validate, verify that the product built is as per this specification. No, it's too broad. Test case is a small thing. It's not about product being up to specification. No, it's just about one specific requirement being implemented. Okay. Satisfied. So guys, we need that stuff as well. So next time we run into that, we need that stuff. I've seen one which was saying it is part of test plan. Test case is not a part of test plan. Huh?
No, I remember we wrote down that the test plan description is not part of the test case. Because I remember that.
Probably we have to say that it's not a part of test plan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, let me. Okay, test cases here. Where is test case? Most frequently, test case. No. What is test case? Okay, let's say not a part of test plan. So we are not just saying what it is, we have to say what it is not. So not a part of test plan. Good. Okay, let's move to the regression testing. Did anybody use that forum at home? Yeah, wait a second. Let me see how many clicks we have. Views, regression testing, 20 people. Okay, not bad, not bad. Could be worse. Okay. So regression definition. So partial. Oh God, misspelled. Okay. Partial or complete retesting. Yeah, doesn't have to be partial. I mean, as a matter of fact, you cannot afford to do complete. Yeah, but yeah. definitely partial or complete is not a part to the definition. It's exactly why we do that, not which volume we cover. So regression testing, partial or complete retesting of the software after any modification to it or its configuration to make sure no new errors were introduced and the software is not broken in any way. I would say it is okay. It is not exactly how to say the language we use, but it is close. So next time you have to make it stronger. But then second to release most frequently executed test, very good candidate for automation. So it comes with some details, guys. That is what we want you also to come with. What is regression? Different type of tests. What do you mean different? I mean different from what? Huh? Type of test may include load test, stress test, black box, white box, automation tool to be used. But there is no idea. It doesn't say what's regression. Regression is basically the purpose for which you do one test or another test. The purpose. What is that purpose? I mean, a total failure. Testing process. Is it a process? Just type of testing where we want to make sure nothing is broken after any changes has been made to the code. We call it the code was modified. Okay. Make sure that no new bugs were introduced while making changes to the code. Okay. Partial retesting of the modified program to make sure no new errors were introduced while making changes to the code. Okay. Partial retesting of modified program to make sure that no new errors were introduced while making changes to the code. Retesting after modified of code or system to make sure that no errors were introduced while making the changes in code. Guys, it's okay. It's okay. I just want more than that, but okay. So you understand where to focus. So we need more details. Because after you come with definition, so still sometimes you have to come with more details. Okay, they might ask you, or even if they don't ask you. So the next one is test cases for last name. So we did test cases for zip code, which was a required field. And zip code is a little bit simpler. Oh, let's see what you're doing here. Zip code is a little bit simpler because certain requirements are very clear. For example, zip code is 5-digit big. Yeah? Not 6, not 4. We understand that boundary. And it was saying required field, so empty field doesn't work out. So when we say last name, now we have to speculate what that field is about. And to come up with test cases, we have to come up with requirements. If nobody gives us the requirements, we are saying no problem. Here is the set of requirements which we cover with test cases. Then you show them not your ability to do requirements. You are not business analysts. You are not in that business. But you show them your ability to convert requirements into test cases. And that is exactly what the whole thing is about. If you say, I can convert any garbage into requirements, you cannot. Garbage converted into requirements remains garbage. I'm sorry, garbage converted into test cases. If your requirements are garbage, your test cases are garbage, and the whole testing is garbage. Because it starts right here. Here is where garbage starts. We start with requirements. No requirements, no real quality, higher quality testing. Just monkey stuff. Okay? Lots of people like the monkey stuff because they're not responsible for anything. No requirements. What can I do? I did my best. Okay? So they like the situation of total disorder. Because then they're not responsible, not accountable for anything. We are in the business of professional work. So the professional work requires professional approach, professional knowledge, and professional attitude and everything to do a good job. So it starts with requirements. If you start with requirements, guys, you get any job, because when you start answering that question the right way, nobody ever answers that question that way. And that is the only one to actually use. People who ask you that question, if they go to an interview and anybody asks them how to do it, they will not start with requirements. See what I mean? Why? They don't learn it. I just talked to, I'm not sure who was it. Oh, I was visiting a friend of mine who graduated from here in 2005. And he's working somewhere. And I'm saying, is there anybody from the school? But he lives in Oakland, so he works in that area. And he says, no, we have, but he says, we have a couple of testers, just Americans. And they don't even know the school exists. And management is thinking where to send them to learn QA. They are testing, they have experience. They are not just coming out of blue. I mean, they do have some experience already. And management thinks where to send them to learn. And they don't even know the school exists. And they don't know any other school where to go if they want to learn QA. Why? Lots of people become testers without reading any book, without going into any class, without, doing anything. Simply because they were working in technical support, or maybe, God knows, they've seen that advertisement on City College, board, and they replied. So they were getting a job at certain level, very low level, simply because they have enough background to do the very basic job. Okay? That is most of the people you compete with are like that. That is why competing with them is easy. So they didn't go any school. So they do not really understand what testing is about. If you start asking them questions, they cannot answer. That is why when you go to the job market after, let's say, that class and go into internship, so your total experience is maybe 6 months, of involvement, but you beat them. When you go to the job market, you get your jobs in between 25 to 35 bucks per hour. You beat all the people. They might have a couple of years of experience already, and you beat them. You are better. See what I mean? But you have to study. You have to be even better. Okay, so we start with requirements. And here we have test cases. Let's go through that. Guys, you have to sign it up. Your name should be there when you send it. If you submit a good job, so how do I know who you are? Last name field. So number one, we have 6 test cases. Verify contains. I don't know what it means. Look. Contains verified. Last name input enter. I don't know what it means. It's not a test case. It is not a test case in terms of format. Click in last name box. That is the title of test case. Title. Click. Step. Instruction. Click. Last name should disappear. Why should it disappear if you click on it? Guys, what are you saying? Oh no, it's not the one I like. I don't want your name. Okay, no more limits. No word limits. Test case number one. Make sure that it will take unlimited input. Guys, it is limited. When you push the submit button, it goes to the database behind, and database record is limited. And you will learn with Olga SQL, the language for writing database queries, and you will learn a little bit about structure of database record. So there is in databases there is something called table, and that table for each and every field it defines what exactly it takes, which characters it takes, which characters it doesn't take, and how many you can put in. So it is defined in the database table. Okay? Databases are basically about tables, forms, and reports. When you fill out that form, it goes into the database, and then you can query the database, and in the form of report, it gives you the result. So, no word limits. Cannot include any number or symbols. So it says, make sure it accepts only letters. So there is an assumption in the mind of someone who did that, okay, which is last name field shouldn't accept anything but letters. In reality, guys, it accepts everything. One more time. As a practical matter, if you ever try what last names in the real world accept, they accept everything. And that is a part of the definition. I don't remember any form or any website where they will limit the input to the last name field to letters only. And definitely it might have certain special characters. Let's say French way, or sometimes Spanish, so with apostrophes, and I don't know really. So normally that is the least limited field, you know. But again, it's a matter of definition. If you come with definitions, with requirements, then you come with test cases. Here, you come with a test case, and I think I disagree with what you are doing here. Why? Because we have no agreement on requirements. Because I have a different set of requirements in my mind. Because I know that nobody would limit last name field to letters only. So boom, and we run into disagreement. If you say the requirement is it takes only letters, then we yeah, sure. Then you're okay. Not this way. Okay. Oh, we have 8. Let's see. Positive. Enter correct last name. Valid last name. Instruction. Alvin. Okay, Alvin is good. Expected result. Application works correctly. It's not an expected result. You say accepted. Works correctly requires the definition. Now you have to define what does it mean working correctly. Okay, it's not a test case kind of value, but I say, okay, accepted. Enter incorrect last name, and so then we have just dot, 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 dot. Error and whatever, some error message. I don't know. We have no definition, no requirement what system should do if it comes in special characters only, or punctuation marks, I don't know. Enter alphanumeric last name, error. Well, enter special character, paste last name, boundary analysis. Boundary analysis is not a test case. For boundary analysis, boundary testing, you would need how many test cases, guys? 2 for each boundary.
Plus 1 for a boundary.
In between boundaries for a class. You remember we talked about it. So 5, possibly 5. Sometimes you cannot do 2. Let's say if a last name field accepts even if last name field is not required, for example. So then 0 input is perfectly okay. Now you cannot do 2 test cases there, because you have empty field and you cannot have less than empty. But if it is required, then you do empty and you expect error message, and then you do 1 and you expect it to be accepted. So okay, there might be limitations saying last name cannot be less than 3 characters, but in reality you will not see that, because some last names are just 1 letter. Why? Okay, I've seen last names like that, or you. Okay, let's talk about that from our perspective, how it should be done. So I asked that question kind of to see what your vision is. And guys, anybody came with requirements? 1, 2, 3, 4. Anybody wrote requirements before test cases? Okay, yeah. That is the idea, guys. No requirements, no test case. Remember that. No requirements, no test case. They give you no requirements. They ask you write test cases. You say, no problem. Any requirements? Or you just want me to kind of assume, make assumptions? Say, yeah, please make assumptions. You write the assumptions. And then go to the... Guys, if I would see you writing the requirements, I would stop you right there. Because test case by itself is nothing. If you have requirement, what's test case? You see what I mean? So, okay, let's look at that. Let's say the way I would do it. Let me put it here. So let's say number 10. Write test cases here. For testing. So guys, do we want to make it required or last name field? Oh, okay, but they didn't ask us. They didn't ask. Okay, so let's say requirements, guys.
It will be very long if they not asking us that function.
It's not about long or short. Okay.
I mean, many.
Who cares? I'm not making. I'm not creating requirements for the purpose of coming with less test cases. I'm creating requirements to show them I know what I'm doing. So if I'm doing ridiculous things, but in our case, last name being required is most likely, you know, because it costs lots of money, guys, to have you to fill out a form. So they want information on you. So let's say the field is required. Actually, it creates one more test case, but it's OK. The field is required. Good. Then it accepts strings up to 32 characters long. Yeah? We have to limit the input. Then we are saying all characters are allowed. All characters are allowed. What else? The first character will automatically capitalize when cursor, when input focus, when input focus moves to another field. So you've done your last name, and it was accidentally typed with lowercase character. And then we say tab to move to first name. It will automatically capitalize. OK, good. Just the feature I've seen it, guys. It's not like I just invented one. I've seen one. But I could have one. I could not have one. But I want more features to write more test cases, to write up something which is on my behalf. I want to show that if there is a requirement, I can do a test case. It benefits me. OK? So I'm not trying to write less test cases. I'm trying to show I'm professional. I know what I'm doing. What will